We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Redskins. This fielded at the 2. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Redskins scoop it. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. So the D-line's going to spread out.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that. Because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical. And that's what they did on the first play.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I could just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does the defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate. Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 22 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down Atlanta. They'll set up to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Falcons are going to get a first. to throw here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point gain. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Falcons set to get things rolling on defense again here. And even though that last drive yielded points, it was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time out. But when they make that type of a field goal that long, you almost give them a little nod of respect to the kicker, like, congratulations. But you do feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can not give up anything big on this drive.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now a handoff looking right. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
They'll come out in the pistol. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. They'll call that a 61-yard. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Their big-bodied receiver, an even 90 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. So from back deep in their own territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punt. Down the numbers. There he goes. He's at the 40, 20. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 62 yards. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding time. His pass caught at the 4. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Falcons. Their dangerous wide receiver doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Brandon, we're not even out of the first quarter yet. And that's his 3rd receiving touchdown of the game. Tremendous job, and I think this might come under the heading of when someone has the hot hand, you've got to keep going back to him.
And on the defensive side, they better figure something out quickly.
Yeah, I think that no matter what, you've got to do something to slow him down. I don't care if it's double or triple coverage. Make someone else emerge because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll come out, and he'll be hit from behind and taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
The Redskins send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Back to throw here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And that pass puts him up over 200 yards already here in the first.
And what it also does is it allows the offensive coordinator to be not selective anymore, but a little looser, right? You're feeling good about things. Accurate, balls being completed, yardage is being gained. Go ahead and keep taking shots. The whole team has confidence now.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third.
Let's go!
They'll look to throw again. Going down the middle, and it's complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. They'll look to throw now on first down. This will be caught at about the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. And here we go on first and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, and for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Now let's go!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now here's the Falcons defense getting set to go again. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. They say, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2nd down, 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 1. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
That draw play got blown up by the blitz of the defense. Ordinarily, that's exactly what you want. You want them to blitz, and they go past you, and you go past them for a big gain. But in this situation, they hit him at the worst possible spot, right exactly where you were running the draw, and he got in there and got him.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
The offense didn't pick up the 1st down there, but they're not going to go to the bench discouraged. They feel like they're starting to set the defense up a little bit, looking for the big play as this game progresses.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. And on 2nd and 10 now.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They go play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I'm not sure they could have had a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called, and they're setting up for a draw. When you're blitzing, you're likely to beat them to the punch because they're going to take a little extra time to set up. Talk about the offensive line. In this case, you'll get into the backfield before they can get set up.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fielded at the 20. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stays on his feet. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to third down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
In the NFL, the blindside protector for a quarterback is often his best friend and most valuable lineman. On that play, didn't live up to the billing, and the quarterback took the hit.
And this is good. It was running kind of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Their big-bodied receiver, 73 yards. And the Falcons add on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons defense gearing up as they take the field. And a really nice job last time. Offense had great field position, but they were able to hold them just 4 plays, and they had to hit the field goal.
We saw the benefits of practice there from the defense, though, didn't we? Because most teams, when they have that type of field position that they have to start defense on, they treat it almost like what we call sudden change. You know, after a turnover or a big kick return, whatever that is, you tell the guys, listen, you got to bow up. You got to get in there. Make sure you don't give up any more than a field goal.
They bowed up all right. We'll see if they bow up again.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
The well-executed slant routes are based on timing, and that one was hit just right. Ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, right to the receiver. He catches it on the run, and you saw the end result. Big-time run after catch. They love those rack yards.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Back to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. Give him 22 on that one. And the Falcons are going to have a first and goal. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they score touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Now back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught at the 2. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Hey. You got 3 down. 3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Washington. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Redskins are able to get a score back. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Spinning past him. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Another pistol look here.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. The offense behind the chains after the infraction. It's now 3rd down and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A draw play is called because you think you've either found a gap or you're using the aggressiveness of the defensive line against itself. Not on that play. Totally controlled the middle of the field. Offense had nowhere to go with the ball.
So out comes the field goal team once more. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we've reached halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And as the numbers show, last week good, this week not as good. My question to you, you ready?
Yes, please hit me.
Why?
Because last week, he was able to find the seams in defenses, and the ball was delivered before a second guy could get there and make a play on it. This week, those seams aren't even there. The coverage has been really tight. The second guy's arrived early. Not a chance for him to get the ball into those tight openings.
Double tight, double tight. All right, now look at 56. All right, now look at 56. Look at it.
They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Again, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. Tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out here in the I.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down. That's
going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And it'll be 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And, boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Watch it now, Barney. Get wide. Now let's go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And the Falcons add on. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. What a spin. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you really script.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. We focus our attention on the Redskins defense now. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with coaches, Defensive coordinators tend to be a little more emotional, a little more high-strung than others.
They are.
I have a feeling that speech came out about taking a stand and bowing up in this possession.
Yeah, that's where this word pride comes out, right?
In a big way.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Their big tight end, 76 yards. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. So many times you think of these tight ends catching the ball already in the end zone. But today's tight end, they can run after the catch, too, to score.
They're big, they're strong, and they're extremely athletic. And they can surprise the heck out of you when they get the ball in their hands and they're running away from the defense.
And mercifully, he'll go down. As that play was an utter mess. That might be kind. And the try for two unsuccessful.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, not that. It came off of that guy, the deep guy. He came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong. He's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Third down and 12.
Brandon, it's funny, isn't it? Oftentimes when we get with these offensive coordinators, they always talk about the word balance. Well, sometimes you take balance and just throw it out the window. Sometimes balance is using what keeps working, and that's what they were doing throwing the football.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there. His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Falcons add on. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score.
And look out, I think he's going to go. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there, 78 yards. And the Redskins are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. They blitz. Defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description.
There he goes left side. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. I mean, he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Look at Washington as they come onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll set up a throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, run in the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Let's go! 3-19!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Their dangerous wide receiver with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Shaun Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they're going to speed things up here.
Lucky 56. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And some room to roam now. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So quite the turnaround in this one from a week ago. And in the meetings, I made a faux pas of asking, hey, did he tweak something last week? Because we thought he just didn't look the same, but he's fine.
And I was so glad you asked that question. I mean, you had to take the brunt of the whole thing, and, of course, I sold you out on it. But
took one for the team.
You knew I was there with you, right? It was a legitimate question, though, because last week, we didn't see what we're seeing today. The quickness to the hole, the ability to make cuts, the good vision. We didn't see any of that. He seemed a little bit sluggish in last week's game. Not so this week. Whatever the preparation was, it's working for him.
Cuts it out here, left sideline. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that leads to an Atlanta first down.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, how come I'm not touching him more? Do you see me out there moving around, wiggling, and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
2nd down following the run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons add on. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goalpost.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you. And he is getting it done. Smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Partner, we saw him struggle last week. We're seeing him struggle again this week. We talked about it after last week's game, the type of coverage he was seeing. I think I'm seeing very similar blueprint.
That's what I was going to ask you. How often, when you see this back-to-back weeks, is it a defensive coordinator saying, hey, I'm just going to steal what that guy did?
And that's the best way to go about it. Don't try and become original each and every week. If it's working, use it. Put it into your game plan until they defeat it. And so far, that hasn't happened. Excellent coverage, knocking him off his timing. He can't get into his routes the way he wants to. And so far, the defense is winning.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So now on 4th down, Jay Gruden will call on his field goal unit. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Charles, on the slant, you always need good ball placement. They got it there.
Brandon, the quarterback, put it in the exact perfect spot, right to the upfield shoulder of the receiver, and he used his body to keep the defender away.
They'll look to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back in his own.
After review of the play, the working on the field stands.
All right, so the call stands. Tough now. They're out of challenges. Do you like the amount of challenges they have in the NFL?
I do, because I think it brings a little extra strategy into the game about a head coach trying to determine when is the...
Down the numbers. There he goes. 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to get a score back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I just remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
But that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You just tried to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
His throw incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And quickly they get to the line. They'll set up a throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now he'll look to throw here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him. Let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch. And he loves that. And he's going to carry that in at contract time.
So they're going to go for 2. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they'll run it on the toss. Uses the stiff arm. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun, and he will find his man on the outside.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Anything moves
A long way to go here for the offense on third down after the penalty. 3rd and 15.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And
it's a foot race. Past the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 8 yards there and a 1st down. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a 1st down.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd.
Here we go. Green 39.
Back to throw again. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now back to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Over.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.